Hey guys, my name's Les. Welcome to our wrestling perspective. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like what you see, give it a thumbs down. As you can see, I'm by myself today. So you know what that means. No useless talk about the new day. So in this review, guys, as you know, WrestleMania is now not upon us. It is now finished, which means it's time to review the Raw after WrestleMania. But hey, it's actually changed a little bit now because you got the SmackDown after WrestleMania, you've got the 205 after WrestleMania, hell, you even got the NXT, which, they're all spoilers, so I'm not going to say anything. So to kick it all off, let's just start with Monday Night Raw. Now I'm not going to go through the whole thing. It was already bad enough that I had to watch 3 hours of this, and it's actually not even a laughing matter. I haven't even watched a full episode of Raw since I first got Foxtel, so it's been a long time. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Instead, I'm just going to go over, I'll start off first with the good points. So to kick things off with the good, we saw the goddess of the WWE, Alexa Bliss, make her return to in-ring action to defeat Bayley. It is what it is, but hey, it's good to actually see her not have the whole, just role of talking or being a host of anything. Speaking about good, did you see that punch from Lacey Evans? It is actually now good that we're not seeing any Charlotte Flair. I assume Ronda Rousey is gone now in the meantime. So this is Becky's first feud. Nice. Speaking about the returns, we saw the return of Sami Zayn. It was such a great match for the Intercontinental Championship against the newly crowned Finn Balor. But what made it even better? Sami Zayn, I love you as a bad guy. What's this you say? Another return? No, it is The Undertaker. Who against? It has to be Elias. Elias has copped it. He's copped it back to back. First with John Cena as the Doctor of Thuganomics, and now the dead man has risen again. Now, before I get on to the actual bad things, let's get to the parts that were, in between. First, let's just start off with the newly crowned tag team champions and the former Major Brothers, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, going up against the Revival and Scott Dawson, Dash Wilder. Bret Hart loved it. Anyway, match was they're still champions, surprisingly. Last but not least, again, another tag team match. I'm not really upset, but like, Aleister Black and Ricochet, they didn't win the belts on Raw last week. They didn't win the belts on NXT TakeOver, and then they didn't win the belts at WrestleMania. But they're still a tag team. Now it's my favorite part of the video. All the bad stuff that happened on Raw. So, with that said, let's kick it off. Lars Sullivan, hands down, has to be the most anticlimactic debut after a WrestleMania since, I can't even say No Way Jose, he actually still got a pop. I don't care about Lars Sullivan. I really don't. Look, okay, no, he was pushed in NXT, but I barely saw much of him. I didn't even really care much of him when it was for the inaugural North American Championship ladder match. I personally don't care, and I understand. I know WrestleMania, the Raw after Mania has a great debuts that we've seen over the years, but I assume that since Ricochet, Aleister Black, Heavy Machinery, Lacey Evans, EC3, Nikki Cross, since they all came in December, this is like constellation prize, and oh, I'm feeling a bit sick. Give me one sec. Speaking about feeling sick, it was supposed to be Dean Ambrose' last match. He was supposed to go up against the almighty Bobby Lashley. Match never actually happened. Instead, apparently Bobby Lashley's going to be looking after Renee Young. We did not see anything in there. It was just Dean Ambrose just getting attacked. Wasn't really a good farewell, but in also saying that if you actually saw what happened after Raw, you had Seth Rollins first call out Roman Reigns, congratulating, of course they're happy, that he beat leukemia, and then Dean came out and it was great farewell. You know what the best part about that was? Even Dean said, it's hard to watch 3 hours. I feel your pain. So we, the fans, we actually thought we were going to get treated to a champion versus champion match with Kofi Kingston versus Seth Rollins, where it was another winner takes all. The actual match was fantastic. The very beginning, when they actually threw out the challenge and New Day was just rocking out with their out, I enjoyed the whole thing. But I think there's like, what's the word? I think there's like a tradition that now happens the night after Raw, after Mania. It's just the bar gets shafted. We saw last year the crowd was not too happy about them, which, made Cesaro actually go out and the beach ball. But now you made them again come out as the bad guys. No one cared about this match whatsoever, hence why there was AEW chants and maybe CM Punk, can't really remember. It was a long night, please. Now, unlike the 3-hour counterpart that I had to survive to watch, now we are going on straight to SmackDown. SmackDown was so much easier, and I know I previously stated that we're going to go from, the good to the in-between to the bad, but honestly, God, there wasn't really much bad to it. The good things about the show, we had a little bit of a celebration with Kofi Kingston. Yes, there you go, Drag, wherever you are, I'm giving praise to the New Day. Then, Drew McIntyre and the Bar come out, just to try to ruin the celebration, had a 6-man match. Great. We had another 6-man match with Ricochet, Aleister Black, and Ali against Rusev, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Andrade. We had an RKO to Ali after the match. We had a stunner, yes, a stunner, to Rusev after the match. We had the Iconics. See, a lot of you can say you can go into the bad section with the Iconics going up against the Brooklyn Bells, or Bellas, whatever they are. No, definitely not Bellas, that's copyrighted. A lot of you can actually say it was a waste of time. I love it. Love the Iconics. And now Paige is apparently bringing a tag team to SmackDown next week. Who can they be? Again, we had Becky Lynch continue her feud with Lacey Evans. The punch wasn't as good as Raw. Still good enough. And hell, we even had the Hardy Boys become the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. But I didn't mention the bad. What was the bad? Wait, what's this you say? Lars Sullivan. Twice on my screen? Give me a sec. Now, again, I'm not going to go too much into this, but we also had 205 Live. We saw some great cruiserweight action. Most importantly, though, we saw another great match with Tony Nese and with Buddy Murphy. I'm actually surprised that Tony Nese still has the belt, which is good. It's good to actually see him continue now. Hopefully he has a decent reign with the belt. And obviously with NXT, the spoilers have come out. I am not going to say anything. We do know that for next week's episode, we're going to see Buddy Murphy challenge the North American Champion in the Velveteen DREAM. That's going to be great to see. If anything, though, with NXT, we actually saw the dark matches that were supposed to be for NXT TakeOver. So it was actually good. I actually, low-key, am starting to really love the Street Profits. So I finally did it. I watched nearly 3 hours of Raw. Fast forward the commercial breaks. I saw nearly 2 hours of SmackDown. I saw an hour of great cruiserweight action, and I saw about, can't even say an hour really, of the NXT dark matches. But overall, I really hate Raw, and I hate that it's 3 hours. SmackDown, though, I can tolerate, and SmackDown was fantastic. But still, the only thing I really didn't like about this week was Lars Sullivan. Like, woo! I can definitely see now why I'm the only one who's doing this. See, Drago's a smart one. He didn't want to watch all this wrestling, and plus, he's really not even a wrestling fan, because if he was, why would you support the New Day for anyway? But other than that, guys, I thought this was actually really weird. We've had a couple of bad manias, really bad manias, but the Raw and SmackDown afterwards were actually fantastic. And now, me personally, I thought this WrestleMania that just went past was actually really good. But we had no compensation when it came to the Raw and SmackDown for this week. SmackDown was, to me, good as usual. Raw, though, was like, especially Kurt Angle, like, can we just stop mistreating Kurt Angle already, he's good. Now, please tune in next week where we actually cover the Superstar Shakeup. Now, we actually had the idea that, we were going to make a little predictions video, which we will be doing, but it would be, who's going to Raw and who's going to SmackDown. But when I was watching 205 Live, they were still mentioning as well, people from 205 Live could be drafted, people from NXT UK can be drafted. So it's like, wait, it's not just the guys from NXT coming up, it's also the other guys now from 205 in the UK. And hopefully, fingers crossed, this time, we actually have some main roster talent go back down to NXT. Like who would you think should go down there? I don't know. I'll give it for the next video. I'm not going to spoil it now.